Hi, I'm Jake and you're on the Crypto Oracle channel. We analyze such cryptocurrencies as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Polygon, Cardano. There's been a decline in cryptocurrency prices over the past week, with a significant increase in activity around Layer 2 solutions. Bitcoin has been struggling to reach the $25,000 level, but has not been successful so far. While there were no major changes this week, there were some interesting insights from experts. The Bank for International Settlements, BIS, has said that in the past 7 years, investors have been losing more often on Bitcoin than making profits. This is not surprising, as on any other speculative instrument, such as dollar futures, Russian Sberbank stock, or US Apple stock, the same effect would occur. So statistics should not be taken negatively. Rather, it is a given. Alex Gladstein, a representative from the Foundation for Human Rights, believes that BTC is an effective tool to use against corruption. While this is a controversial statement, as there have been instances of corrupt practices involving Bitcoin, cryptocurrency does present some difficulties for authorities. However, many people have been able to adapt to the technology and its quirks. For example, El Salvador and the CAR have both created state-owned digital currencies. Marian Labur of Deutsche Bank believes that Bitcoin could be a valuable asset for the 21st century, despite some limitations. For example, she notes that there is a lack of regulation and the environmental impact of mining Bitcoin. Despite some volatility, the overall levels remain the same, support around $21,473 and resistance at $25,270. The Fear and Greed Index is a sentiment indicator that measures fear and greed in the market. A score of 50 is neutral, and a score below 50 indicates more fear than greed. The index lost 8 points over the week, indicating a shift towards more fear in the market. Ethereum's week went mostly downhill, with a 2.76% decline. It remained in the red zone for most of the week, with only small increases on February 20th and 23rd, 1.26% and 0.44%, respectively. During the week, most news came from Tier 2 networks. On February 21st, the number of daily transactions on the Arbitrum network surpassed that of the main Ethereum network. There were 1,103,398 transactions on Arbitrum and 1,084,290 on Ethereum. The launch of Coinbase base test network on Optimism's Level 2 ETH network indicates that major players believe in the Ethereum platform. The resistance level for Ethereum remains at $1,676.80, while the support level is at $1,501.60. It's worth noting that on February 17th and 20th, Ethereum closed above the resistance level, but this didn't result in a significant upward movement. Dogecoin has not seen any significant growth in recent weeks, with a 4.1% decline. Even a positive tweet from Elon Musk failed to generate any significant uptick in the coin's value, with a mere 0.12% increase seen in the 24 hours following the tweet. However, the coin then fell by 1.29% the next day. Dogecoin continues to be one of the top 10 most valuable cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. However, the main factor driving any price movement for this coin is still the statements of Elon Musk. And even to those, it seems, the public is beginning to react in a more restrained way. There is no fundamental underlying factor driving significant growth. The coin appears to be solely speculative at this point. From a technical analysis standpoint, Doge is in a wide range and bearish sentiment is prevalent. This makes it quite likely that the support level of $0.0788 will be tested. The resistance level is $0.0919. Polygon has been avoiding a correction in the market for some time. However, it has finally started for this coin. Over the course of the week, the Matic token lost more than 12.44% of its value. On Wednesday, February 22nd, the coin was able to show a slight increase of 1.34%. Polygon had some issues during the week, but they were much less severe than initially thought. The problem was with the Polygon scan reviewer, but the Polygon network itself was fine. The price of Matic fell by 4.06% on February 23rd in response to the news. Despite a 20% staff reduction earlier in the week, the coin showed growth on the same day, proving that the negative effect was minimal. It will be important to see what happens to the price of Matic near the support level at $1.3475. The nearest resistance level is $1.56, which is the high from February 2023. Cardano's value decreased by 5.35% during the week of February 17th to 24th. However, it is worth noting that the coin's trading volume has been consistently decreasing over the past 4 days, suggesting that Cardano investors are becoming less willing to take risks. The platform is performing well compared to other values at the end of 2022. So, by February 24th, 2023, the total value locked in Cardano will have doubled from its December 31st, 2022 value. According to Sentiment, a leading analytics company, large investors have been active in the Cardano network, which is a positive sign since these investors are unlikely to want to lose money. The nearest support level, from a technical analysis perspective, is $0.348. The resistance level is 42 cents. During the week of February 17th to 24th, most major cryptocurrencies saw a decline in value. The size of the decline ranged from around 2% to over 12%.